All right, we got a special guest today. We're going to be making some chocolate chip cookies with Matt. Matt is the master of cookie baking. So, Matt, what are we going to do?
We're making my secret chocolate chip cookie recipe, Charlie. Are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. Wow. Thanks to Charlie's fancy KitchenAid stand mixer here. I'm usually a hand mixer myself.
Wait a minute, you're the cookie master and you don't even have a KitchenAid stand?
I like the old-fashioned way. I'd rather use a wooden spoon and mix it by hand. I'm going to let Charlie run the equipment, so we're going to start with half a pound of butter. Then we're going to do a cup of white sugar and a cup of brown sugar. And we're going to let Charlie cream that for about 2 to 3 minutes here.
How fast do you want this thing to go?
You can do it on about medium-high speed, not too high. But yeah, we want to make sure all those ingredients are good and incorporated together. Get those nice and mixed up. That actually holds the structure of our cookie together. So while those cream, we got our dry ingredients over here. So here's part of the secret, Charlie. We got a little extra flour here, okay? Most recipes call for 2.5 cups. We have 3 cups total. We have a cup and a half of bread flour. We'll put that in there. We have a cup and a half of all-purpose flour.
So 50-50?
50-50, that's right. And then we have actually 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Also a secret. And we also have about a teaspoon of salt in here. So we're going to put all of our dry ingredients together here. And what I like to do is just whisk them up. What this does is it gets everything good and incorporated, takes out any of those big chunks, and it also adds a little bit of air to our dry mixture to make those cookies extra light and fluffy.
Could you use a sifter on that?
You could use a sifter if you want. I find that to be just a little bit more work, but if you have a sifter and you want to do that, that's fine. I just think a whisk just works just as good.
It's a good handy tip.
Get all these dry ingredients together. How's that looking, Charlie?
It's looking well incorporated.
All right. Mix these all up really good here. Right. Let Charlie scrape down the sides of the bowl. Make sure that butter and sugar is all nice and mixed up.
Do you want more mixing?
Yeah, keep going for a little bit longer.
How do you know when it's good?
Well, I don't want to see any chunks of butter in there or anything like that. I want to make sure it looks really cream and smoothie. That'll be good. All right. And we got 2 eggs here. I like to whisk them up in a bowl beforehand. Again, it just mixes it up. Gets a little bit of air in there. Fluff makes them more fluffy. And we'll add in just half the eggs at a time here. Half that. You can go up to like a medium speed on that. Get those nice and mixed up. There we go.
It's looking creamy.
Good. All right, we'll add the rest of the eggs. Go. All right, while that last egg is mixing in, finally we'll add some vanilla in here. I usually just eyeball it. I like a little bit more vanilla. If you want to measure, I'd say a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons, but we'll just pour it in.
Well, that's giving it a
Get
nice
that
smell
all.
now.
You can already smell it.
Smell my cookies now.
That's right.
How long do you let this
That
go
looks
for?
good. Just again until it's mixed up. You can't really see the brown from the vanilla.
It's
all
almost
mixed
like
in.
it's got forming peaks on it.
No, that should be the way it is. Looks good. All right, we'll get this dry ingredients all mixed up here. And we won't do all of it at a time. We'll do about 1/3 of it each time, and we'll get it nice and mixed in here. Again, I'm not used to hitting this bowl, Charlie. That's probably a little more than I wanted to do, but that's all right. We'll let this mix in really good here.
Can you overmix it?
Not typically with cookies. Cookies are usually okay. You know, you just want to mix it up just until the flour is all mixed in. There's no chunks of white or anything. We should have gotten rid of most of our chunks doing the whisking. There we go. Alright, so the rest of our flour, we'll get that all mixed up in there. Make sure there's no white mark or white from the flour left in there. Want that all mixed in good. This is so easy. I should have one of these.
You should get yourself one if you're going to be the world-renowned cookie baker. Well, that's looking pretty good. I'll get this.
Looks great. Yeah, scrape down those sides a little bit. That's great. Mix it up a little bit more. We'll grab our chocolate chips. Don't leave me here with this thing. I don't trust myself. Step out of the way. Did you have a good day today, Charlie?
It's been a good day. It's going to be even better. Who doesn't like chocolate chip cookies on a 90-degree day?
Well, what's the one thing you haven't told them yet?
We haven't told you how we're going to bake these cookies. And how we're going to do that, man.
Well, we don't want to turn the oven on when it's 90 degrees outside, that's for sure.
Nice.
We're going to do them outside on the smoker.
How about that?
All right, I think we're good here, Charlie.
All right.
Let's
So
power
we're gonna
down.
Shut her down.
We'll lift it up here, and then we'll mix in our chocolate chips by hand. Woo! See, I'm an amateur.
So we've already got a baking sheet ready with some parchment paper on it. We're using like an old beat up cookie pan to go on the grill, so we don't wreck a real good one. So we're gonna use some parchment paper on that. That'll help so it won't stick, I would imagine.
Just get our bowl out of here. Throw our chocolate chips in. I just like to use semi-sweet chocolate chips. You can use any type of chocolate chip that you like. Normally I just do a bag of them. You can do 2 bags if you want, if you like them really extra chocolatey. Some people don't like all that chocolate in there, so maybe just do a half bag. What you want to do is then just fold these in just until they're all mixed in and there's none sitting at the bottom or anything like that. Just want them all mixed up into that dough. Oh, this is looking really good, Charlie.
All
I don't
right.
know if they can see that, but it looks great. All right. So that's all nice and mixed up. So what we're going to do now is just grab a couple of tablespoons and we're just going to drop them by the tablespoonful just onto the cookie sheet. Charlie, you want to help me out here?
Oh, I'll help.
I like my cookies a little bit bigger. I don't like them really to be any special shape or anything. I just grab them and just plop them down.
So
Try not to handle them too much. Again, kind of affects the
So
quality
you're not
of the
making
cookie.
like a ball with them and throw
Nope,
them in?
I just basically take a scoop, grab them with my fingers, and just plop them down.
I've seen some people that use like an ice cream scooper type thing to get
that
it
might
going.
work.
You think that would work?
That might work, yeah. Right. What should we do 8 of them
I
on
don't know.
each?
You think how big these things are they get
I
spread
don't
out?
know, man. They don't spread out too far.
No?
Most of them, they stay pretty thick and fluffy, so take a little bit off of that one. That one's kind of big. Let's say we'll do 8 of them.
All right.
And then we'll get off the smoker, which we already got preheated to 350 degrees. And we'll probably cook these we'll check them at about 10 minutes to see how they are. Again, that's your judgment. If you like them a little bit rawer and doughier, cook them less. If you like them burnt and crispy, then you can leave them in there for longer until they're nice and dark brown. So anywhere from like 10 to 15 minutes or so, we'll cook these.
What about refrigerating your dough?
You can. I don't personally. I find that you can just cook it right away and you're good. And if you want, actually, you could make these balls and you could freeze them, and you could save them for later, and then you could just have fresh cookies whenever you want them.
Oh man, that'd be good. Let's get this smoker on.
Sounds good.
So we do have the smoker on at 350 degrees. So look at those cookies. Oh man, those are gonna be some big cookies.
We'll set these on here, Charlie, and we'll set our timer for 10 minutes.
All
10
right.
minutes probably won't be quite enough with those big cookies. They'll probably go around 15 minutes, but we'll check back in with you when they're ready.
All right. All right, we're back and we are gonna check out the cookies. How long do you think it's been, man?
Well, it's probably been about 20 minutes, Cookie. It's Cookie with Charlie. Probably been about 20 minutes. We checked them at about 10, 12 minutes. They weren't quite done. We made some pretty big cookies here. We'll step back into the house. So they probably went for about 20 minutes. You start to finish. So we got some nice big size cookies.
Those are looking good, not burnt on the bottom.
Nice golden brown on top. Some people might want them to cook a little bit longer, make them a little bit more crispy. If you want them a little bit softer, chewier, you can take them out sooner. Well, Charlie, normally I let these things sit for 2 to 3 minutes before I take them off, but I can't wait. Can you?
Oh, I can't wait.
All right.
I love chocolate chip cookies.
Let's do this. Take that one. Careful, it's gonna be hot.
It is warm. This is gonna
Alright.
burn your lips.
Woo! Break
All
that
right,
open.
well, cheers.
Look at that.
Cheers
Nice
on a
big
good cookie.
Cheers.
Ooh.
Woo! It was hot. Those turned out really good. Nice work. Thanks for having me, Charlie.
That is a good cookie. Nice little smokiness to it.
Ooh, it's too hot
That
to
is
handle.
delicious.
Oh, look
I
at
hope
nice
you guys
and thick.
enjoyed the Cooking with Charlie episode with our guest host, Matt, and his amazing chocolate chip cookies. And now you don't have an excuse to cook chocolate chip cookies in the middle of summer when it's 90 degrees out. Throw them on the smoker, throw them on your grill, have a good day with it. All right, thanks for watching.